Hello, good evening everyone. Here am I again, making another video. May nag-request pala sa akin si Ate, shout out kay Ate Nene. Nag-request siya na kung pwede itagalog daw para naman ma-share niya sa mga friends niya. Ang problema dito, hindi ako masyadong magaling sa Tagalog, but I will do my best. Let's see if I can make it. I will try my best. Anyway, our topic today is like what is happening now is like dopamine detox. I don't know if anyone here is familiar with dopamine. Actually, there are so many binding chemicals that I want to talk about, but I want to talk more specifically on dopamine. And later on, supposedly I will be talking here how our immune system shuts off by the fear that we are having, because there are only two things in this time of stress. Either our system works for growth or works for protection. So our system doesn't work these two things at the same time. So it's either your system is working for growth or your system is working for protection. So when I'm saying of a system, it's your physical body that I'm talking about. So if it's for growth, then it's for wellness. But if it's for protection, it's for illness. Basically, it's a chain effect. But for now, I will be talking more on dopamine. Dopamine there are 4 chemicals. Actually, in my first video, I talk about these dose chemicals. These 4 chemicals are basically very good chemicals for our body if produced in enough in balanced quantity. So dopamine is basically a desire and a reward chemical. So like for example, but when you talk of reward, it's an unexpected reward. The more unexpected the reward is, the more the brain produces. This is a brain chemical. The more it produces dopamine. So unsa dining ano pala itong dopamine? Actually, I find it very awkward to speak in Tagalog, but I will just try. So dopamine, this is a chemical that if taken in high dose, I don't know why I said high dose is because that is produced in pharmaceutical as well. But the natural chemical dopamine is produced in our system, in the brain and in our body. So in the brain, basically it's said to be a happy chemical. Like for example, when somebody brought you your favorite food, then you never know it. Like for example, you have a boyfriend or a neighbor or parents who will bring for you your favorite food, which you did not expect. Then you feel so excited. That moment, your brain is firing, and the neurotransmitters there is firing chemical. No. Um, mean producing. Okay. It's producing chemicals that dopamine, which bind with the binding chemical dopamine. So dopamine binds with dopamine also. So when it produces dopamine, you feel so excited, but it is high at the moment that you feel the excitement. And every time you feel that excitement, that chemical helps your uh, in the boosting of your immune system. For example, in the kidneys, when dopamine is produced, it helps the excretion of um, the sodium. It helps you unload the urine, the sodium through urination, I mean. So dopamine is produced in different parts of the body, and basically the moment you become excited, you are producing this chemical dopamine, which in fact these are the chemicals that is given to those some of the patients who are depressed, who have low, like they have anxiety or something of that sort. I mean, they have mostly depression, meaning there are lack of production of dopamine. There, I mean, the system is inhibited from producing dopamine. You become depressed, like bored, like frustrated, or something of that sort. But on the other hand, if there's so much uh, production of dopamine, there you will experience euphoria. Some is hallucination, some is experiencing aggression, like they are so angry that they will attack, they will kill, something. Anything that is too much and anything that is too less is never good. So this dopamine chemical also causes the addiction. So cocaine, methamphetamine is high in dopamine. And why it causes addiction is because the brain produces this chemical dopamine at the moment you feel excited. For example, um, for example, my earlier example, like your mother or your friend or your um, boyfriend come to you and brought you the, what is that, your favorite food. So the excitement is there, so it releases so much, it produces so much of that dopamine. Then later on, when you taste it, that dopamine production is is um, slowing down. Then if it's constantly done, it becomes the new normal, then it will not be that much excited anymore. So to get the same high feeling of excitement, you have to do more, to repeat more and more and more to get the same highs. That's what makes it addictive. Like for example, with the use of methamphetamine, that is the, what is that, um, parang tawas, ano yan be? Ano sana be? Kanang war on drugs ba? Kanang puti. Shabu. Shabu. That's methamphetamine. So that is high in dopamine. That's why people who started using that feels the high, the excitement, the surge of energy, and then later on they will crave for more, and it's depleting. So to sustain the highs, they have to crave more and more and more, and that becomes addictive. It becomes an addictive behavior. Anyway, we stick so much on dopamine. Another is oxytocin. So dopamine is desire chemical, while oxytocin is love or touch chemicals. So for example, just a sense of touch or kiss or hug or something of the sort, like for a baby, it produces a chemical we call oxytocin. So this is more of a social chemical. This produced by, like, when you have deep problem and you share it to friend and you're tapped in the shoulder, that is that eases the discomfort or the frustration or the feeling of loneliness or something of that sort, because of this oxytocin. Another chemical which help your wellness is serotonin. This is known to be a happy or mood chemical. So serotonin is where melatonin production gets in. So this is relaxing chemical, by the way, happy and relaxing chemical. But this serotonin as well, if in high dose, you can get like those people who are angry. So all this in balanced production will work best for your health and as a person. So another is endorphin. This is painkiller chemical, or and this also is happy chemical. Usually this is produced after an activity like exercise, like love making or things of the sort. This endorphins is released or produced. So this dose, D for dopamine, O for oxytocin, and S for serotonin, and E for endorphins, are chemicals that are really best at boosting your immune system. And probably in our next video, in the future, I don't know when, I will try to make a detailed nahirapan kasi ako sa kalisod, hindi ako marunong mag-Tagalog, pasensya na po. And I said I'll try my best. It seems that I speak more in English. Nawala na tuloy ako ng Bisaya. But I hope understanding all this stuff will lead us to understanding our topic for our next videos. The reason why I make a video for this is because the triggering of the production of this can also be with your awareness. That the more, for example, with dopamine, even thinking of a good ambition, like you're looking forward for something that is rewarding, that excites you, and that produces dopamine, and that dopamine production motivates you, makes you move towards that direction. So which later I hope I can emphasize that how this dopamine works to your success, how oxytocin works to your success, serotonin works to your success, endorphin works to your success in health, in wealth, in happiness. So thank you, and I hope I'll have much time to make more videos in the future. And you can comment down below whatever things I made wrong claim. You can correct me and I can stand corrected, and please provide a good argument to prove me wrong. Thank you so much and good evening.